What's up, everybody? We are in the first game of the series we have all been waiting for between Beastyqt and Wam on obviously first map being Dry Arabia. Beastyqt spawning in the southwest side, playing as the Abbasid dynasty, and Wam is spawning in the northeast side as the Delhi. And honestly, I think that this matchup is a little favorable to Abbasid, which might have some people denying that. Might ooh, actually, you just double drop off here is going to be the typical opening, and he will get the Moss. But yeah, a lot of people, might not say, oh, why is it Abbasid favored? I think it's Delhi favored. Delhi's been one of the strongest civs. Blah 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 blah. Well, Abbasid is easily able to hit that second TC, and then they can actually start ramping up their production, ramping up their eco, and actually be a feudal force on the map and go all out feudal to deny the sacred sites from Delhi and not let them get the sacred sites. Have massive map control, have massive mobility with horsemen as well as camel archers if they choose to do that. So, typical build openings here. This is what you were used to seeing out of Delhi is the double straggler tree drop off. It allows the efficient production and piety to come through, as well as you still have enough food to start all your other techs. He still has, as you see, 50 wood in the bank to still start that lumber camp. Once he goes over to lumber, he will get forestry a little late, but that's not really a tech that you are that worried about rushing down compared to wheelbarrow and some of the others. So Beastyqt looks like he is doing that same typical opening of the 704, and he takes the berries. I'm a berry lover as well as the Abbasid. So the way you see this build work, you go 704, which he's on to the fourth. Now you chop the straggler tree. I go to the straggler closest to the mill because you're going to end up pulling 3 vills away from it. So we might, I guess in this regards, it would be this straggler here. Let's see which one he's going to. Oh, he's just going for a regular straggler. So because they'll just end up building this lumber camp there. But what you will do is right when you hit the age up with the economic wing, you'll pull 3 vills off of your berries and go to the straggler as well. Then you'll do double drop off. You'll be able to knock out that wheelbarrow, and you will be able to knock out the house. Look at this. If he does the 3 pull, that will be 5 perfect on the straggler. So 1 drop off from each of them. The first drop off, you're able to hit wheelbarrow. The second drop off, you're able to hit the lumber camp. Or actually, you can do lumber camp first and then wheelbarrow, whatever you so choose. I guess lumber camp kind of makes more sense. Sheep game, we just saw a mass amount of sheep there trailing out of Beasty. 7, he has a total of 9 untouched sheep under his town center. Compared to over on Wam's side, you can see he's been eating his sheep down there. He's got 3 villagers working on sheep while also taking the berries. And he has another scout trailing with another 5. So solid pickup in the sheep game for Wam. Actually, it's 11. So it looks like it's about even. What is it, 24 total sheep? And there is 11 under the town center. So basically an even split. We see Dome of Faith now is being started, and we see House of Wisdom is halfway there through working on the economic wing. Wheelbarrow being started by Beasty, you just saw. He's got the lumber camp finished. Next he'll end up dropping a house. Everything here he has built is also in the Golden Age as well, or in the influence of the Golden Age. So just working well on getting that structure up for attempting to get tier 1 for 10% gathering rate. Tier 2 is really when it starts opening up, and that's usually when you're in castle. You start getting research speeds as well as villager gathering rate. 1 more drop off is all Beasty needs on this gold, so this annoyance isn't going to be anything of a worry. He'll be able to just go ahead, do the next drop off here, and then start up the fresh foodstuffs. And now typically you're going to want to pull him off here now and go to stone. There we go. Pulls him off, goes to stone.
He opts for 9 on wood. Actually, he pulls one forward, going with an outpost. I was gonna say usually that's gonna overproduce your wood a little bit, so he is going to utilize that wood somewhere. He opts for an outpost. So good job there. He is sticking with 1 on gold. This typically means he wants to get a spearman upgrade, potentially, or something of that sort. But he will end up, obviously, main goal with 807. Well, 6 now, but will end up being 7, and probably 8 will be getting a second town center. Wam, as you can see, he's just going to be creating scholars. He has now started to make spearmen, going to deny the scout annoyance, dropping blacksmith, and most likely will end up even going with a second blacksmith to get those early military technologies out as fast as possible, getting those because they are free. It just takes time. So as you'll see, he still has a bunch of techs queued up, just 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. But now he is going to go start trying to grab security of the sacred sites. But Beasty, being very proactive, already has an outpost with an arrow slits upgrade starting currently. He's got that villager V-lining to the west side sacred site as well, going to attempt to build a outpost there. You already see the foundation being put down. This will delay his secondary TC just a little bit, but not enough to make a huge difference for him. And there you go. You see the stone. Nope, he was a little off on the stone. He's letting one vill gather enough stone, one more drop off. But he also wants to continue to gather stone to be able to upgrade any of these towers. And there you go. First spearman comes out and is doing a good job. Spots out that tower being built, and it is denying the tower. BC pulling more villagers for the second TC on the deer. Now, more spearmen going up, attempting to deny the tower, and this is where Wam is starting to gather that foothold on the map because Beasty has invested everything so far as his wood goes into secondary TC, outpost here, and then this outpost here that is also getting denied actually. Wam utilizing his spearmen to go ahead and build walls around that sacred site and secure that up, and the first kill of the game. Also, spots out that secondary TC now right as it finishes. He knows, okay, he's finished at the 720 mark. This is when the Vill count is going to start becoming in Beasty's favor by a significant amount. Costs the same amount of food to produce out of these 2 TCs than it does for Wam to produce out of 1. Wolf about to get one of the kills here. Actually, we see a hardened spearman running away, trying to stay alive as the scouts snipe it down. 1 health. Wam knows the game. He just says, hey, I'm keeping it alive at 1 health. And another wolf just being annoying, and another villager coming out to the east side by himself with no scout and no vision. He will get spotted out by these horsemen and should end up going down as well. First sacred site being capped, and it is also being fully walled in by spearmen, so that's going to be some nice security on the map, and we still don't see military buildings coming out from Beasty yet. He's been trying to invest in these outposts to deny the sacred sites, and actually, the horsemen don't spot the villager building the outpost. Wam doesn't spot it. Now he does. So now he will end up denying this villager on the outpost on the eastern sacred site now. And will be another villager that actually ends up going down for Beasty. So the only sacred site that Beasty has been able to defend with this wood investment has been the middle one. And now we see a third TC being dropped from Beasty. So he just says, okay, have the sacred sites, have all the map control you want. I'm delaying the middle one at least, which is going to cause, that countdown not to start immediately. And I'm going to drop a third TC. My resource and economy, my resource production, my economy behind this is going to be so absurd that you're not going to be able to do anything. But as you see, Wam's resources in the bank, he is already getting ready here for Castle Age here pretty soon. He's got resources flowing in from the western sacred site. He's about to cap the eastern sacred site now. should end up putting walls around it as well, securing it up, and then you know the next step will be the middle sacred site as well as the base. Wham does spot that the stone only has 720 gold. He should know that there's a third town center if he looks at it, but I'm not too sure if he has made that realization yet, or if he knows it until he sees the third town center. He is circling around here now for the gold, but there are spearmen popping out. We see double barracks play by Beasty, so a good job by him. Wham should end up reacting with an archery range and starting to pump out archer mass as well. And going up to castle, just as we said. So there we go. A little bit of gold denial. Doesn't lose any of the horsemen. Now he has spearmen running after him. And this is going to take him to the third town center. He's going to spot it out. Now is when he makes that realization. Okay, BC's on 3 TCs. I need to actually be aggressive. Also, you just heard castle being dropped from Wham. He is building the House of Learning with 14 villagers. And if you'll notice, BC does have resources in the bank. He's getting pretty close to Castle Age himself. However, his does not have the ability to be fast built. So he will have a nice slow build for Castle Age. And Wham has the Eastern Sacred Site secured. He's got a lot of spearmen there. He's got the Western Sacred Site secured. The next objective would be the middle one. Does he have... He is playing with a barracks play. I think he is going to try to throw a mass amount of men-at-arms into the economy of Beastyqt to just get revenge on all these villagers. And that's where Beasty immediately spots the double barracks with his scout. And what does he... Actually, and what does he react with? Double archery range to start pumping out his own crossbows. We just heard 3 relics get picked up at least, maybe 4. Was that even 5? We see a 5th relic about to be picked up. Holy crap. Wham is just, that was absurd. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's going around the wrong way though. Oh, it gets through! Oh, he was trying to block it and get a Vil. But now as you see, that is 5 relics going back into the base of Wham. He's getting all these free research techs started. He just got full map control with those scholars now. And now it's time for those 3 TCs to start paying off for Beastyqt. It's 42 Vils for Wham. It's 65 for Beasty, and I even wouldn't be too surprised if Wham reacted and started dropping a town center or so himself, or keeps. But there we go. He is just spamming out those men-at-arms into the base, and look at where they are going. Like I said, just V-lighting for the base of Wham, just getting revenge, or V-lighting for the base of BC, and just getting revenge, trying to even out those numbers. He does not have any answer at the current time for men-at-arms. They're going to just be so tanky. They're going to tank so much of this damage right now. Horsemen not running to the greatest positioning. Ton of spearmen here, actually. And they, he does not decide to bring the other men-at-arms mass to even this fight out. And so actually he is losing this out by quite a bit here. Should have just waited to mass up either a little more. There we go. There's 8 men-at-arms here. This will turn the fight by a massive amount here once he... Oh my god, way more than that. Alright, Wham is now starting to mass up here. And now is probably when he is looking to jump in on the economy of Beasty. Beasty also, if you'll notice, where's the food income going to come from if he gets denied that eastern berries or these deer? I guess he has a lot of food. He's good on the resources right now, actually, behind these walls. So Beasty knows that. Wham needs to actually start pressuring this and denying resources or getting town centers of his own to counteract the massive Vil lead that BC is accruing. 79 compared to 46. That is a 33 Vil lead. And now we finally see the outpost in the middle starting to be torched down, and Beasty's coming with camels. And some crossbows. He knows he's got some good units to battle against the tanky army there. Crossbow's starting to go down, but now the crossbow mass is starting to build up. You see Beasty starting to invest into a farming economy, and he actually still has sheep he hasn't even gathered. So really, really good job as far as resource management here from Beasty. He just has the absolute ability to chill here behind this and continue to boom up for some time. There still are there's no sacred site countdown going down because of that first initial outpost he built from the very beginning. We do see elephants now starting to mass up. We got some scholars being pulled for the front line as well to heal up those elephants. And now those 5 relics are just going to be the big thing to think about. 5 relics is just skyrocketing his economy, as well as 2 sacred sites. But that does not make up for the Vil difference that is currently, he is currently down 42 right now. And now, as he is going to take down the middle outpost finally with his elephant push and take the middle sacred site, that is right when Beasty breaks out, takes down the walls on the western sacred site, and is going to end up recapturing that. Man-at-Arms going in, taking his death. We do see a nice little outpost on the eastern side just to get some vision in a hidden force for Beasty. And now we see Sacred Site being decapped there on the western side, right as Wham caps the middle one. Army for Beasty is a good composition of spears, men-at-arms, and crossbows, a few camels, and we got a men-at-arms elephant play coming out here on the side of Wham. Just a nice frontline mass and a nice big buffy elephant that can run around, kite around, and do some damage. No scholars! No! He needs to keep the scholars alive and out of the front line there. Camels did a good job there, taking down a couple of the scholars. Those two scholar loss would provide so much extra healing during this fight, but you see how fast these elephants and men-at-arms were just able to get on top, clear out the spears, and now they're on top of the camels. Keeps going down on either side as the elephants are here as well. Who is going to end up winning the fight? 4 elephants in play here. And right now, these Vil losses coming out for Wham matter a significant amount more than the Vil losses coming out from Beastyqt, because remember, Beasty is on triple TC. And he gives up on the outpost. He actually says, I'm giving up on that one to build an even more forward one. He just wiped Beasty's whole entire army. Beasty has to remass, but this is when Wham can take the advantage and keep moving forward. We do see a men-at-arms raid on the deer line, though. So Wham is down at 49 villagers. Not a great sight to see for Wham, and actually Beasty goes and walls up the middle here to not allow reinforcing elephants. Wham needs to stay on top of the production as fast as possible and not let Beasty remass. Elephants do quick work of the wall, but really, like I said, he should just stay on top of the production, not let Beasty remass. You see now spears, crossbows, they're starting to remass, but is it going to be enough? Wham is at 32. Beasty's only at 19 military right now, and Wham is on top of his main TC and built a keep there as well as a siege workshop. Wham is on top of the main now. He is sieging down the middle main base, and he is on top of production as well. He needs to focus on production, not TC at this point. I know the TC snipe and the landmark snipe seems like the good idea, but at this point in time, I would focus on production buildings and not allow Beastyqt to remass anything. As you see, he's trying to get on top of the elephants with spears, but they're just too slow, and Wham's able to kite back more and more. Now we see scholars running to the front line. These will allow the elephants to just heal up, and actually, he is going for the landmark. He says the 6 elephants, what are you going to do? He's able to heal him up. They don't quite do as much as the olden days of animation canceling, but they still do a good amount. And now he is going for the trebuchets. He is going for the kiting back and forth with spearmen as well. Beasty taking the fight. Wam trying to keep his siege workshop alive. Trebuchet's raining on the siege workshop, and he is not going to get that trebuchet out. He actually needs to probably cancel it. Going back on the front line again. More elephants coming in. More and more of the army of Beasty is starting to remass, though. He's starting to get good crossbow numbers. He's building up outposts, getting sprinkled upgrades, just trying to defend as much as he possibly can. Now we do see a trebuchet actually come out. Trebuchet is starting to rain down upon the town center of Beastyqt. This is just going to be a huge micro back and forth war. BC is going to try to defend the best he can. He has 3 trebuchets now raining down. That siege workshop will end up going down. What will Wam do? Will he end up building another siege workshop behind it to mass up trebuchets? You see the crossbow numbers starting to build up, but the crossbows are not the most efficient units going into elephants. They should be doing their job trying to snipe down these scholars, though. Elephants just moving further and further into the economy of Beasty, though. About to be on top of the trebuchets. They're on top of the crossbow mass, and they're killing any of these villagers attempting to heal up the main town center. Would love to see another siege workshop drop and just another oh, he did drop it. Another trebuchet coming out would be huge. He is on top of the, remember, Abbasid Dynasty only has 2 landmarks. If he is able to stay on top of the 2 landmarks and take down the 2 landmarks, it is game over. He's able to take down trebuchets. This is going to allow, oh wow, we saw the keep actually go down. But that's 2 trebuchets now going down. That's one of the sprinkled towers now going down. And we see a mangonel coming out from Beasty. Beasty is funneling all his economy into trying to defend this push coming out from Wam. Wam's still got 9 elephants here. During this time, I would love to see the Western Sacred Site be capped as well. Also, there's villagers out from Beasty. You knew he has to have busted out of these walls now at this point in time. So, needs to somehow find that. But there's so much going on at the map at this current time. Elephants clear up another sprinkled tower. And now we see a keep going up. Wam cannot let this keep go down. But there are so many vills there, it's going to be hard to deny. It's 60 vills for Wam. BC's still up at 122, and the keep does go down. We see the main TC now is on fire, though. And now Elephants V-line for the sacred sites. And no, villagers now going for the trebuchet, but the Elephants are turning back, attempting to kill the villagers before the first trebuchet goes down. We now see 4 trebuchets on the side of Wam, and the keep is soon to go down. Main town center is on fire as well. All these vills trying to heal are also getting sniped down by the Elephants. Elephants do a great job of microing back and forth here. 5 trebuchets now out on the side of Wam. BC is pulling a ton of vills here, trying to do everything he can to defend, but the main keep goes down. Mangonel is still there trying to fire on the Elephants. This is an absolutely wild back and forth game, but Wam is now killed the 1 landmark. There is only 1 landmark to go, and we see 5 trebuchets on the side of Wam. He will be able to constantly snipe down on top of this, and Beasty has no army to defend. There's only 13 military, and we see 7 elephants on the side of Wam barreling down. They're on top of the production buildings, so any of the military coming out gets sniped by the Elephants, and now the Elephants are barreling down on the House of Wisdom, as well as 4 trebuchets, and there's a 5th one coming up as well. House of Wisdom has 7,500 health. Beasty has nothing he can do right now except pull vills. He needs to do everything he can to try to keep this thing alive. 5,000 health. Holy crap. Are we going to see game 1 pull over on the side of Wam? We see a vill pull again. Wall's trying to go down, and we see Vill's trying to protect the trebuchets. Beasty was up 122. He's down to 106 already. Vill's going down. They do take down one of the trebuchets. But now, back towards, able to kill all the Vills, still 4 trebuchets, 5 trebuchets still alive. Elephants barreling down towards the House of Wisdom. There's only 5,000 health on it, and the Elephants will continue to do work. We see a forfeit! Game 1 goes over to Wham Bam the Man! Oh my god! Wild first game. Holy crap. Punished the greedy 3TC play coming out from Beastie. He even though he had the Vil count, he never was able to turn the game in military. Wham he had his first keep get denied. He said, "Screw it. I wiped your whole military. You might have denied my keep, but I'm going to be out of range of your keep and I'm going to build a keep even further forward and wreck you." Oh my gosh. Unbelievable first game. I'm ecstatic there.